Hello all, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's on wherever you are. And as we are talking about what's new in 2024 release wave 2, let's talk about the legacy or modern search. So in Business Central 2024 release wave 2, aka BC25, there's a new option for search in the list pages, and that's called modern search. And we'll understand what it is. We'll compare it with the prior version. We'll see how you can add your fields into this modern search, if it's possible or not. So let's get ready with it. Okay. So this actually was announced on BC Yemet Group about this new feature, where Microsoft said that we are bringing a new feature related to search in list page. It's being added to the release plan, and we will be seeing it as the version gets released. What this feature brings in is user can easily switch between legacy or the modern search, and we'll see what that means. The default method is controlled by a feature management switch. So if you turn it on, the default behavior will then turn to the modern search, otherwise it'll still to the legacy search. Now let's understand the difference between legacy and the modern search. Legacy search searches in all possible columns when you type in a value, whereas the modern search searches in columns which are optimized for text search, where the algorithm can do a full text match. And let's see this. So let's first get into feature management and see how you can enable it. If you create a new environment of BC25, it'll be enabled by default. But if you are upgraded to Business Central 25, then you'll have to look in feature management, and the feature is called use optimized text search in list. This will be enabled by default from 27, which is 2 versions after now, but you can enable it today from your feature management list. Now let's understand the difference between it. So let's first go into the prior version of Business Central, and let's get into the items list page. Now if I would like to search for let's say London chair, so London chair, and as you see, it starts finding everywhere, right? And there is nothing called as London chair because the item description is called London swell chair blue. So I need to be very specific that what I'm searching, and I can do a VEL and then chair, and then I'll point to that item. So it is looking for the exact word that the description is, not just the description, but in any columns where this exact word resides. Now let's try to search this, and you will see nothing pops up. Now let's get into Business Central 25, the same page, and this time again I'm typing London chair, and you will notice that London swill chair blue is still appearing. So in the legacy search did not find anything because there was not an exact match of the word saying London chair. There was a word in the middle, but here if you notice there was no drop down, but here you will see that there is a drop down, which because I have enabled it on feature management, it says that it will be using modern search, whereas in the legacy search I switch it, I'll find nothing. In the modern search, I'll be able to find that item with the parts of the description that I have had. Now, if you to pay attention here, there are some fields where there is a search icon added in BC25. Not all the fields, but some of the field, in this case, number and description. So we'll see how that's possible. So the modern search also allows you to kind of enclose your text into quotes, but then if you do that, then it kind of mimics the legacy search. So if I add my search words inside double quotes, then it is looking for that exact item. So don't do that, because if you search it, then it is looking for exact text on the search field that's there, which is equivalent to the legacy fields. Now, but let's think about it. If I'm looking for all chairs with that blue, right? So I'll say blue chair. What will happen that anywhere in the field where the modern search has been enabled, you will be able to see the search results irrespective of where these fields are in order. Yes, if you remove the space, then it consider it as one word, so it will not be able to find it. But if you have a space, you can easily find item by using the modern search. Now let's think about it, how it works, and also let's search on other pages, not just on the items, right? So if I'm looking for, let's say, house, customers with the word house, I'll be able to see one. And if you notice here, there are more fields here: number, name, and contact, and phone number. So when it is trying to search with the modern search, it is looking for that value that you are typing in one of these four fields, not all the fields. Whereas legacy search allows you to search across all the fields which are there. Okay, so I've talked about that we can enable it from the feature management. We did also talk about and did a compare between the legacy and the new search that we have. Now let's go in and try to figure out how it's done. So if you are doing a customization, how you can do that. Okay, so let me start my VS Code and let's get into any of these tables. So to kind of make sure that the modern search works, there's a new property that is available at a field level, and that property is called optimize for text search. So you have to enable this property on the field so that that field is included into the modern search. Now there are certain rules for it, that you can only set the optimize for text in a text field or in a code field. You can't just extend it anywhere. You can't just add that field value anywhere. So the only two data type where you can set this property is where the field type or data type is code, or where the field data type is text. And that's how it kind of searches it. Addition to it, for programmers, a property which is optimized for text search has been added to the field ref to check if the field is included in or not. So you can also check it when you're using rec refs and field refs, right? Now let's talk about extensibility. So when you create a table extension, let's say for the customer table, and you add a new field of type code and text, you can surely add this property to include your field into the modern search. But you cannot change the behavior of this property by doing a modify on this field. So the property is not set to be extensible, so you'll not be able to modify the field from the optimize for text search. But on your new fields, you can surely add this property so that it gets added into the modern search. So the default value of this field, if not defined, is set to be false. So if you don't define it, it will be set as false. And the field should be available on page to be searchable. So you need to add that field into the page where you want to search it. So let's quickly summarize it. If you are creating a new environment of EC25 or higher, this modern search will be enabled by default. If you are upgrading to Business Central 25, then you will have to go to feature management and enable it for your customers. Modern search, you should never use double quotes. You should never wrap your search text into double quotes, because that will mimic the behavior of the legacy search. What else you need to remember? The order of the text doesn't matter. The modern search looks for that word that you have typed in the search and looks it in anywhere in that field which is included in for the modern search by using the optimize for text search. If you are extending a base Microsoft table and you have a field type of text and code, you can still include your field into the modern search. If you are creating a new table, then you can surely add it. You cannot modify the behavior of optimize for text search using an extension by doing a modify on that field. So how that kind of clears it out, what is a legacy search versus what is a modern search. And let me know into the comments which one you like. Would you still prefer to use legacy search? And if yes, what are those reasons? If you think that modern search is better, then tell me your reasons into the comments. here at this point, you know the drill. If you like the content, hit the like button. If you think this is something that your customers will be happy to see and learn about, or your fellow colleagues will be happy to know about this feature, then share it on your social media accounts. And if you haven't, then please do subscribe to the channel, because there is a lot of videos coming on BC25. We're going to talk about each and every minor feature that's available in BC25. And your comments are always, I always wait for your comments, so please do add comments to these videos. So I'll see you sooner than later into the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep sharing whatever you're learning with the community. Thank you and have a nice day.